Hey everybody, it's Charlie. Did one of you ask for a Nightwing movie? Because we totally just got a Nightwing movie.
Let's just say that after running this team for a year, I'm peckish for a little action.
It's really great news all around. Everybody's so happy about Nightwing getting his own movie. So I'll explain what's going on with the DCEU, their schedule. There's like 19 plus films that they could do, but a lot of those aren't confirmed yet. They just have to do with the success of the films that precede them. So like this year is very important for them. Wonder Woman has to do really well. Justice League has to do really well, or it could change all the other movies that are coming after, with the exception of like Aquaman that's already in production right now. So if you're new to the channel, you have no idea what's going on, I do DC videos every week. Be sure to subscribe to get everything. I even have a dedicated DC day. There's giveaways that I'll explain at the end of the video too, because there's some special stuff happening, but pull out your fanboy cards. So the confirmed news is that Matt Reeves is going to direct the Batman movie, and they're doing a live-action Nightwing movie with Dick Grayson, with the director of the Lego Batman movie. So if you haven't seen that movie, I recommend you go check it out. Even if it's not your usual thing, it's actually a lot of fun if you're a big Batman fan. But as far as casting goes, when it's going to drop, nobody knows a whole lot about the Nightwing movie. They just announced that they're officially starting to develop it. So they found their director. Now they're going to start looking at actors. They're going to start looking at scripts. So it's going to take them a while to work through that. So don't expect to hear a lot about that before Comic-Con. So like I said, 19 plus films, just expect them to announce like what's coming next when we get to Comic-Con, because they'll be rolling into Justice League. And Warner Brothers, if it's good at anything, it is amazing at marketing its films. So they're going to bring it to Comic-Con this year. I know a lot of you were asking about why they didn't talk about Batman when they released the news about the Batman movie, so I'll address that. But here's the slate of all the movies they have coming, starting with Wonder Woman. So Wonder Woman coming June 2nd, Justice League coming November 17th, probably Zack Snyder's last film in the DCEU. I think, everybody's wondering if people are leaving, like Ben Affleck wants to leave. The only person that I think that is done in the DCEU as of Justice League is going to be Zack Snyder. And he might do some advising from behind the scenes, but he's not going to be directing the next Justice League movie after that. Then there's Aquaman, October 5th, 2018. Then the Flash movie sometime 2019, because that probably won't go into production till way later this year. It's going to take them at least 6 months to shoot it, and then another 6 months on top of that to finish post-production and get it ready. So we're talking about 2019. The Batman movie is the next one after that, so it could crawl in at the end of 2018, but I'm thinking closer to early 2019, because they're talking about making a couple edits to the script, taking a couple more passes at it, because Matt Reeves, the new director, is also going to be a producer on the film, but it didn't say anything about him writing the script. So even if they don't change it a lot, Deathstroke's still in there, still a big character in the movie. They'll still take a couple passes at it, which will take a couple more weeks, and then they'll probably announce a shooting date later this year, and they'll be like, okay, we're going to start casting these other characters. Here's what's going on. And because obviously they announced the Nightwing movie, I totally think that Dick Grayson will get a cameo. They'll wait till the very end of production, because it'll take them a while to figure out what is going on with the Nightwing movie. They probably have an idea, but it took a while to figure the Batman script out. It's going to take a while to figure the Nightwing script out. So they're not going to need their Dick Grayson for a while. And if it takes them 6 months to shoot the Batman, that they could even wait till next year to cast him. But again, they might have some more news about that at Comic-Con. Marvel's run into that problem too. When they were looking for Doctor Strange, they really wanted Benedict Cumberbatch. They really wanted to announce that Robert Downey Jr. was going to be in both of the Avengers movies way a couple years ago, but he hadn't signed his contract yet, so they couldn't announce it at Comic-Con. So a lot of times it just depends on when people have actually signed their contracts. But either way, Batman moving along as planned. The next film after that is Green Lantern Corps. That's 2020 release date. Now, like I said, Armie Hammer was one of my picks for Nightwing, but the thing is that reportedly Warner Brothers wants him for the Green Lantern Corps movie, so he would be their Hal Jordan, and he does look a little bit more like Hal Jordan than he looks like Dick Grayson, so the picks are still wide open. There's the Cyborg movie, which was originally set for 2020, but they might change that. They might just make him a bigger character during the Flash movie and not give him a spin-off movie, depending on how these other movies do. There's the Suicide Squad sequel, which they just announced Mel Gibson is supposedly going to direct it, but they haven't officially confirmed that yet. Then there's the Gotham City Sirens movie that David Ayer's directing. They don't have a date for that yet. They just said that they're actually working on it. There's a Deadshot movie that they're supposedly developing for Will Smith. No word on that. It's just that they're working on it behind the scenes, so it might come together. The Man of Steel 2 movie is only listed as being in active development. There's no release date. It would probably fall sometime after the second Justice League movie if it ends up happening. Nightwing just got announced. You guys know about that. The Shazam movie was announced a little while ago, but it looks like the other movie, because there's two Shazam movies, one of them's going to be a Black Adam movie, and the other one's going to be a Shazam movie.
I'm like, okay, I'm in. That's what happens. You referred to Black Adam as a hero, but he's a villain. What's that mean for the movie? It's really in our interpretation and who we deem a hero. Yes, of course, Black Adam in the mythology is a villain, or he could be considered an anti-hero, or to some, he's a hero, to some who have a black heart, like me. Again, I love the backstory that he started off as a slave and he was held down. And I think when that kind of backstory about a man is held down and he rises up out of that to become greater and then dealing with the conflict and pain of losing his family, it's dark, but it also adds to the gravity and adds to the weight of the story. So what does it mean for the movie? It means that the movie is going to be fantastic, and it means that it's going to be badass. And it means, to me, he's a hero.
Because they have The Rock, and he is such a hot star right now, the Black Adam movie is probably going to come first, and then they'll introduce the Shazam character during that. They announced the Doug Liman Justice League Dark live-action movie, the one that Guillermo del Toro had been trying to get off the ground for a long time. That's still in development. There's a Lobo movie that's also in development, and then the second Justice League movie, which used to be a Zack Snyder thing, but that's probably not going to go down now. They'll probably announce a new director sometime in the next couple years. But those are all the movies that DC has in the DCEU release schedule that it's actively developing. The other big one that everyone's asking about now is Teen Titans. Because they have the Dick Grayson Nightwing, if they want to, if everything goes according to plan, they can totally do Teen Titans. It's a big reality, but there's nothing confirmed. They haven't announced anything about it. That sounds like a Comic-Con thing. Like, hey, you see all this stuff that's going on? Like, if everything goes well this year, they'll be like, look at all these other amazing movies that we're developing now based on successful properties. So a lot of that just depends on how successful the DCEU is this year. Because bringing it back around to Ben Affleck Batman, everybody's wondering, is he leaving? What's up with the rumors? So the thing is that he is probably going to stay all the way through Justice League no matter what happens, even if he does want to leave. But there are just a lot of things pointing towards him staying. Gut feeling is that he stays through that second Justice League film, assuming that they actually end up making it. Now, anything could happen down the road, but the thing is that Ben Affleck right now is kind of in movie jail. His last movie that he directed and starred in did not do very well, so he needs a big hit, which is the Batman movie. It's a guaranteed hit, even if it's just an okay movie. But after Justice League comes out, and if he does really want to leave, they'll probably wait till after the Batman movie comes out late 2018, early 2019. So even if he did leave the role as Batman, he will still be Batman for a couple more years, for a couple more movies. Remember, they love Batman. They put him in all the movies. He's in like 1 billion different comic books right now. And the reason that they didn't mention him in that press release is because it's all about getting credit. It's all about Matt Reeves. So the whole reason that he actually walked from talks briefly, like people were like, oh my God, he's bailed, he's not going to do the movie. The whole reason for that is because his agent just asked for a giant paycheck, like $10-15 million, and Warner Brothers is like, whoa, pump the brakes on that. We're not going to pay you that much money. So his really good Hollywood agent that represents a lot of the other DC directors did the power move thing where you use the press against the studio. So director leaves and it makes it look like the movie's in trouble. So Warner Brothers panics and is like, okay, let's make a deal. So he's not getting as much money, but he has a producer credit. So he's going to get a lot more on the back end. It's all a money thing. It's really just a negotiating tactic. So the movie itself is totally fine. Don't worry about it. Nightwing is going to be a lot of fun to follow through the rest of the year. There'll probably be a bunch more news about it as we get closer to Comic-Con. But let me know, what do you guys think about all this? I think it's going to be pretty crazy this year, but I think the Nightwing news, this Batman news, is enough to turn people around. Like, we're even getting ready for a Justice League trailer pretty soon. It's not going to come this month, but it'll probably be sometime before Wonder Woman hits theaters, so I'm guessing sometime in April, but we'll probably hear more about that in a little while. So what's going to happen is I will have like a dedicated DC video day. It sounds like Mondays are going to be Marvel stuff, so I think what's going to happen is it'll either be Tuesdays, because I already do Flash stuff, or it'll be like Fridays or Saturdays. So you guys can let me know which day you want to make DC Day. There's a new round of the Injustice 2 giveaway. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and leave a comment about Batman, Nightwing stuff on this video. Congratulations to last week's giveaway winner, Tony Adams. Please private message me on the back end of my channel so I can get your contact details. What's going to happen next is it's Star Wars Day tomorrow. There's a whole bunch of Star Wars news, but I also got some Deadpool, X-Force that's crazy, so I'll be posting that too. And there's that crazy Injustice trailer. So those will be the next videos that I post, but I'll update the schedule as I post those new videos, so I'll let you guys know what's going to be happening this weekend, all the craziness. It is going to be great. While you wait for that, you can click here to rewatch that Thor Ragnarok teaser, and you can click here to learn all about Aquaman. Thank you so much for watching. Let's high five. I'll see you guys in the next video.